Hey guys, and welcome back to BeardYGO. So, about a week ago, we had the World Championship Qualifier regional event here in Gauteng, held at the Nexus Hub. And so, today we're going to be going through the top 8 lists as well as a little bit of a breakdown of the metagame. So, yeah, let's get into it. Right, so here we are, and we are going to be going through the deck list of the top 8 as well as the breakdown of the metagame for the regional that happened this past week. There were 64 players that were in attendance, which is pretty decent for a regional in South Africa. So if you're watching this and you are not in South Africa, then yeah, thanks so much for your support. And if you are not subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe. Hit the link in the description to also follow the Discord, Facebook page, and all that type of stuff as well. And yeah, without further ado, let's quickly get into that. So we have got the breakdown of the regional. We had 14% of Kashtira as well as branded Bastille. Then we have 9% Sword Souls, 5% Labyrinth, Dragon Link, and Scareclaw. And then we've got Dark World, Exorcist, and Shark at 3% each in attendance. And then the random stuff was the other 39%. So if we have a look at the top 8, we have Kashtira at 50%. We had Sword Soul at 25%. Kashtira Sword Soul at 13%, and Dino FTK at 13% as well. So one Dino FTK player, one Kashtira Sword Soul player, two Sword Soul players, and four Kashtira players, which was really, really interesting. Then the top 4 ended up being two Kashtira players, one Dino FTK, and one Kashtira Sword Soul. And yeah, it's really, really cool, really interesting to see basically how how different this format is compared to the last one. Like, yeah, we've still got a bit of the top contenders, but like, you've got a good five, or I would say four decks that are really, really competing for this this tier one spot and everything. So obviously we've got Kashira, we've got Sword Soul that's doing really well. The branded Bastille engine is doing quite well now, especially since they don't really get hit with the Bastilles, and they're actually doing quite well. So yeah, and then Labyrinth as another rogue pick, I would say. However, it is a really, really good deck. And yeah, I think that Labyrinth can actually pick up a little bit more. I'm not sure in regards to our metagame how many people really have Labyrinth. Um, if I'm not mistaken, out of the 64 players, there were only three Labyrinth players. Yeah, there were only three Labyrinth players. So there were nine Kashtira players, six Sword Souls, nine Branded Bastilles, the one Kashtira Sword Soul deck that went on to win the event, and one Dino FTK that also went on to place third, which was really, really cool. And yeah, then we've got Dragon Link, Labyrinth, Scareclaw at three players each, and then Dark World, Exorcist, and Shark were two players each. But the rest of the decks were like really, really, scattered. There was a bit of everything, which is really cool, really awesome to see in a format where you can just play what feel safe. I would say to play whatever you really want to play. So that was really cool. I mean, we've got Ricus and Avalon still over here. We got Salad. We've got Dogmatica Ritual, which is very nice now. we still have Flu. If I'm not mistaken, there was one Flu player. Yeah. Uh, then there was Live Twin, Runic Sprite. Um, we had Synchro. We also had Runic for Hire, which was a talked about thing, which is actually pretty busted. And then there's also Punk Gold Pride, which is really cool. Funny enough, I took Punk Gold Pride to my locals this past weekend, which was really cool. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, I can't wait to see what we can get next for the Gold Pride theme. Then Exorcist, obviously, we got Plunder Patrol, obviously with a new the Yorship, and then there were Shark players. I think there were three Shark players, which was really cool. Gishbury, Sprite, Weather Painters, Galaxy. Everyone's trying to get onto the new support and everything, which is really awesome. Then there was Drytron. There was Abyss Actor, Kaiju Marinces, Mech Knight, and yeah, Striker, Tri Brigade Malfi. I think that was basically it. There was actually Dragoonities over here. Code Talkers, Maikashi, Pure Maikashi, that's very interesting. And Pendulum Magician. So that's enough for about like what was all in attendance basically. Um, let's get into some of the deck profiles. So we've got the top 8 deck profiles over here, and this is just really cool just to have a look at the text that certain people were running, as well as those who were not running Kashtira, like how they were actually building their decks, which was really cool. So in 8th place, we've got Sword Souls. So we can see we've got 3 Nib, we've got the 1 Burst Sword Soul, we've got the 10 years Vishuddha, um, Ashuna, and Adhara. We've got 3 Longyan, 2 Taya, 3 Moye, 3 Ecclesia, and then we've also got the 1 Fire Tenyi, can't remember its name right now. 3 Ash, double Desires, triple Emergence, double Vessel, triple Book of Life, which is starting to become like a staple right now for the Kashtira format. 3 Imperm and 1 Blackout. Then the extra deck is pretty much the same. It's just now you are seeing a Crimson Blader in here, which basically shuts off Kashtira completely. They can't summon any of the Kashtiras. And then we've got the new Ice Jade Adrian, which is really good against Kashtira as well. Then we've got a second Zeus in the side. We've got Change of Heart. We've got Feather Duster, triple enemy controller, 3 evenly, 3 D barrier, and 3 anti spell fragrance. Next up, we have got Kashtira in 7th place, and this is using the adventure package. So we've got 3 Lava Golem, we've got the whole Kashtira stuff, we've got Unicorn, Fenrir, the Tearlament Kashtira. We've then also got the Griffin, Scareclaw Kashtira, as well as the Kashtira Riseheart, double Enchantress, triple Ash, Rite of Aramesir times 3, Kashtira Theosis times 2, Terraforming double Pot of Prosperity, 3 Enemy Controller, 1 Fateful, 3 Birth, 1 Dracoback, 1 Planet, 3 Imperm, and then we've also got the Kashtira Trap that just came out. Can't remember its name right now. So yeah, this is really solid. The side X what really helps in this format, and you can see that Enemy Controller and Book of Eclipse are both quite popular at the moment. So that's really interesting. We've got 3 Droll and Lockbird over here as well. We've got the Feather, 3 Talent, 3 Book of Life, No, Book of Eclipse. Sorry, my zombie player is screaming inside me.
What did he say?
That's what she said. Anyway, so double evenly and 3 solemn judgment. Let's move on to sixth place. So in sixth we've got another sword soul player, which is running double nib. So yeah, that's really cool. I like the fact that they're starting to use the fire tenue, which is really interesting. But here we see 2 ash and 1 ogre. Then we are seeing main deck chalice, main deck e-telly, and I wonder, like, is main deck e-telly literally just for ogre? That is really interesting. Yeah, then double imperm, 1 blackout. We've also got the Ezrein and the Crimson Blader in here as well. Then in the side, we're seeing some Bestials. We've got double Magnamut and 1 Baldrake, which is the new one. Then we've got double Ghost Mourner, triple Dark Ruler, 1 evenly, 3 D-Barrier, 3 Judgment. And it's pretty funny to see like the side deck text right now, because now there's very little of I need a win in time, you know? And that's really interesting because with tier we have like 40-minute rounds, and then you're playing game 1 or 2 at times, and so it was really interesting to see how they've been cutting the life gain support like Spooky Dogwood, or even like Cowboy or something like that, to win in time, because it doesn't seem like that's really a factor anymore. Moving on to fifth place, we have got another Kashtira deck, and this one is maining 3 D-Shifter and 3 Nightmare Corruptor Ibli, which is really awesome. I see we are also maining Super Polys as well as Book of Eclipse in this one. 3 planets, double birth. And then we've also got the Mud Dragon and the Garura in there. I do not see much variety in terms of the extra deck, but that's mainly due to prosperity. So really interesting how little this deck actually needs from the extra deck to just win straight out, which is really cool. Then we've got another side deck tech against Kashtira, or even like against Evenly, for example, which is the 2 artifact Lancia. In the side, we've got one Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which I can say is definitely a way for you to win in time if you are running Kashtira, which is really awesome. Then we got 1 Feather, we've got 1 Tactic, we've got 1 Thrust, we've also got 1 Twisters, 3 Evenly, double D Barrier, and 3 Judgment. Right, so let's move on to our top 4. So, top 4, we have got Kashtira as well, and this was in 4th place. So this time we've got a double shifter, a lot of 2 ofs in this one: double shifter, double riser, double enchantress, double Ibli. Then we've got double thrust, 1 talent, 3 lightning storm in main, which is really cool, and then also double Rite of Aramis, which is really interesting. We've got no prosperity in this one, so you got a little bit more space and flex in the extra deck. Whew. Excuse me, long day. Anyway, so side, we have got double of the Radiant Kaiju, we've got double Chaos Hunter, and double Fog King, which is really interesting as well. Then we've also got triple Cosmic Cyclone, triple Book of Eclipse, and 3 D Barrier as well. The Fog King is a very interesting one, especially since that is a level 7 as well, so it's really cool when you're using it in Kashtira. So that's really awesome. Moving on to 3rd place, we have got Dino FTK. So this is a very interesting one. We've got 47 cards. So one driver with the 3 gamma, one nib, double conductor, 3 lithosurgeon, which just came off the ban list, one dino kaiju, one scrap fridge, one lancia, one Misk, 3 OV, one Chimera, double Scrap Raptor, double Ash, and then we've also got the triple Baby Ceratosaurus, double Petit Pteranodon, one Droll, one Veiler, and then the double Archosaur. Double Pill, Fossil Dig, then double Small World, which is another way to just get into like any combo piece. Small World really bridges hard in this deck, so it's really awesome. We've got double Crossout, and the Call by the Grave, which is basically just there because you've got such a variety of different hand traps that you are running as well, so might as well use the Crossout to make sure that your stuff actually goes off. There we got the one Draconic Diagram, 3 Lost World, and 2 Impo. Now the FTK basically works by getting out your level 8 tuner, which is the Mathmech Synchro monster, and then a level 8 non-tuner, which is fairly easy for dinos to do. You can easily just summon the Kaiju through a Petit Pteranodon, go into Bish Balkan, and then you basically give the Bish Balkan to the opponent, and then make your level 5s, which will most likely be the Fridge, along with the TG Hyper Librarian. And then the Chronomaly will just hit your opponent for 9k damage, if I'm not mistaken, around there. So really interesting. And yeah, this is a very cool deck to try and run. So I'll definitely recommend you guys testing it out. Then in the side we got double Lightning Storm, triple Dark Ruler, triple Prosperity. And this is basically the Prosperity in the side is mainly just because you want to dig for your sides. You don't really care about digging for combo. You want to dig for your sides, which is fairly understandable. Then we got double Book of Eclipse, double Evenly, and double Dimensional Barrier. Alright, so let's move on to our second place, which is Kashtira. So in this one, we can see double Rise Heart, but everything else is at triple except for the Scareclaw and the Telement Kashtiras at 1 each. Everything else is at 3. So this guy literally went and decided to max out on having that consistency. We see 1 terraforming obviously for the field spell, and then the 1 talent, which is something that is quite different. I see the second talent is in the side, however, and we got the Lava Golems inside, the Red Eyes Flare as well, double Twin Twisters. We got a Pointer of the Red Lotus as well, which is very interesting because he's not playing Triple Tactics Thrust, so that a pointer is basically just you know, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. So I'm sure there could have been a different slot that could have, probably worked better. But that is just my opinion. Coming second is really good. Then we have got our first place deck profile, which is Kashtira Sword Soul. So we got 1 Nibiru, we got 2 others in the side, which is cool. We've got the 3 Unicorn, 3 Fenrir, 1 Telement, 1 Scareclaw, 3 Longyon, 1 Tyre, 3 Moye, 1 Rise Heart, double Ecclesia, 1 Ash, and then 2 Ash inside as well. We got double Theosis, triple Emergence, 1 Terraforming, 3 Prosp, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Crossout, 1 Birth, 3 Planet, 1 Blackout, and then 1 Kashtira Trap. Then in the extra deck, we can see it's basically just half Sword Soul stuff, half Kashtera, extra deck vibes, which is really interesting. And I see that everyone is running the Donna Dagger for Hire, which is another card that you need to look out for, because it's quite an easy one to make, and it also assists them in, just getting something out. Very easy way to also get rid of stuff that's given to them on their boards, and then easily just use the for hire to pop itself, pop another card. Now you're free to do all the stuff that you want to do. Then in the side, we have got obviously the double nib, double ash. We got one change of heart, one Harpy's Feather Duster, one talent, then double thrust, triple enemy controller, as well as triple D barrier. So as you can see, triple enemy controller, triple Book of Eclipse is like the standard for us, it seems. And this is really interesting because this is the first event that we got directly after the ban list, or the first relative event. And it was literally like ban list hit on a Monday, and this happened on the Saturday. So yeah, Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember. But anyway, it was a few days, not even a week after the ban list, and people have already started playing so many different things. The thing that I like about this deck specifically is that, you've got Sword Souls, you got Kashtera, but you'd think that it would be like a little engine here and there, but no, we're gonna go half Kashtera, half Sword Soul, and I didn't really expect that. I thought there would be a little bit of a bigger engine of the two, and then just a splash of the other engine. But it's really cool to see that this went half and half. So yeah, guys, that is basically it for our regional data, basically. And so I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below. How did you find the regional, if you went? And what do you think of the current format? Do you enjoy the format? Do you not enjoy the format? Did you enjoy, you know, having a tier 0 format with tier, or do you enjoy having your zones blocked by Kashtera? So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.